only Orange Lantern. And then we have
What's his name?
Larfleeze.
He's like a big warthog-looking dude.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty cool concept.
And he wants to collect everything because that's
Orange
Lantern is
it avarice?
Avarice,
Greed,
yeah.
You know, they all have also for people who don't read Green Lantern, now there's a Green Lantern's a member of the Green Lantern Corps. Now every other color also has a core with a corresponding emotion, love, compassion, anger, hope, willpower is the green one. But Larfleeze, he's the only, all the other ones are these cores, he's the only Orange Lantern, which is greed, because he doesn't want to share the power with anyone.
right. There are
It's the nature of it.
there are what's the word I'm looking for here? He has created other members of it who were Orange Lanterns at one time or another, but he wanted all the power, so he basically sucked them into the power battery, if I remember this correctly.
he takes them over somehow, like
Yeah.
now they're just automatons that he owns or controls or whatever.
Which is pretty interesting.
Do we get a free ring with this one, or is this?
I think you do. I think you come in, you get a free orange ring.
Ooh, get an orange ring if you buy that issue.
If you buy that issue.
What was it again?
Larfleeze, #1.
Okay.
And then you can start collecting all the other stuff that you want. And then don't miss the first fateful meeting of this duo in the New 52, Batman and Superman, teaming up for the first time.
That is
apparently.
not true.
No,
Why?
No.
I really don't know how they get off saying
They
that.
keep adding that into it, but I'm pretty sure they've teamed up a lot of times
like
before.
literally countless times.
But this is a new ongoing series, and it's excuse me. Excuse me. It's drawn by Jay Lee, so the art looks really nice.
Mm.
Sounds good.
Should be a good book.
Yeah. Okay, if it's anything like Superman Batman, which definitely was a strong title for a long time, I think if it's half as good as that, it'll be worth checking out.
But they weren't teamed up. They're teaming up for the first time with this one, right?
I think they're teaming up for the first time in the New 52.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
The no red underwear Superman and the... I don't know how this Batman's different Batman. Their team.
The somehow different Batman. We'll just call him that.
The same yet different Batman.
So they're teaming up for the first time, ... in the New 52.
Okay, well, be sure not to miss that.
Yes, be sure not to miss that. Couple books that I'm looking forward to this week. Unwritten, #50. Do either of you guys...
I can't believe that book is up to 50.
Yeah. I have never read it, and I've heard nothing but good things.
That book, when it first came out, the first issue I think was $1, and that's the only reason I picked it up, and I was hooked instantly. And it has to do... It's kind of like a Harry Potter kind of thing. Like if...
That's what I heard.
Yeah, where Tom Taylor is the character, the main character, and his father wrote these series of books about Tom Taylor, who was a wizard. And basically, he's had to deal with this fame his whole life, and he's like, no, I'm not him, like, please leave me alone, until he starts manifesting these wizard powers. So the whole book is about, like, learning what happened to his father and where his powers come from. I can't believe they're up to 50 issues either, but...
No, I believe that it's up to 50. It seems like it was yesterday when that came out. It's
Yeah.
like one of those things I remember when Walking Dead was new, and now what are they up to, 110?
111.
111?
They're coming out fast.
Or we're just getting older.
Or we're just getting older. We also have Nova, #5, coming out. I love the...
Not to yeah, but it's like, back in the day when I started, comics were $2.15, and they had matte, smooth covers. But now...
They had newsprint paper on the inside, and if you smudged it with your thumb, the color was ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe old prospectors were into comics.
Yeah.
Nova, #5.
Comics as big as your head!
Gold!
Gold covers and hologram backgrounds.
Platinum edition.
Excelsior!
I'm looking for chromium covers. Okay, we got it. Okay.
Enough of that malarkey.
We should have an Ask a Prospector. Ask a comic prospector.
He'll just tell you about the golden age.
Yes. The golden age of comics.
The golden age of comics.
Nova.
Yeah, Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness. First 4 issues have been great. Looking forward to that one. I'm trying not to repeat some of these books here. I'm sure I said it about Hawkeye before, though. I really love that book. But what makes the issue that's coming out this coming Wednesday so interesting is I've seen a couple preview pages online. It features the breakout character of 2012, Pizza Dog, I think is the name, gets his own issue. So in the book, don't want to spoil it for anyone.
One time, brought my dog to... keep going.
Okay.
Don't want to spoil it.
There's a dog that Clint Barton took in, named it Pizza Dog, and this dog is getting its own issue, and I think it's going to be a good issue.
Okay.
You may think, hey, an issue just about a dog, yeah, that can be kind of silly, kind of stupid, but guess what? He's trying to solve a murder.
Good luck to
I like
him.
it.
Good luck.
I like it. Did you ever read We 3? I think Grant Morrison put it out. It was like a one-shot, real short one. That was a good for those of you who haven't read it. It's through the eyes of it was a dog, a cat,
A bunny?
and a bunny.
Something else. But they had didn't they have powers?
They were like cybernetic. They were like
Yeah.
Deathlock bunny.
Yeah.
It was the government was trying to turn them into weapons because they would be smart enough to react to situations but still not people.
Well, there's another book of animal stuff that I hear is really good. Beasts of Burden. Either you guys heard of that?
I've heard of the Battle Beast comic that came out a couple months ago.
That one was
A comic.
yes.
One time I took my dog to the dog park, and he's a little fluffy, little Pomeranian little thing, and a giant dog named Pizza the dog started attacking him, and I had to run and
Oh no.
pick him up and run away. But I always remember, Pizza! Stop it! Stop it, Pizza! So I will not be picking up Pizza the dog, the comic.
He didn't
I'm gonna
distract.
I'm going to tell you all about it because I think it's gonna be sweet.
He didn't try to distract Pizza the dog with like a dog whistle arrow or
No,
anything, which to our eyes would have just been an arrow.
yeah, it was. It was probably a little more traumatic for my dog as opposed to me.
So don't let your dog read this issue. Then
I won't. It'll bring back terrible memories for him.
Yes, it will.
And don't name your dog Pizza.
Don't tell me what to do.
No.
All right, so on to the comic contest for this week. We did have quite a few entries coming in.
No. What?
Yeah,
Ooh.
we did. And the results were very surprising. The winner from the comics that sold the most copies last Wednesday, which was Wednesday the 12th, June 12th, with 36 copies on that Wednesday, was Batman number 21.
Really?
Now,
That is a lot of
Superman Unchained came out, and there was a lot of hype around that, and that's the one that a lot of people guessed.
Ah.
That sold 35 copies.
Ooh.
Now, I want to do, I'll go on to say the next closest one was actually Walking Dead number 111. That one only sold 21, and I couldn't tell you the one before that because nothing came close to 21, which is kind of weird. But, there was all this hype over Superman Unchained, so I wanted to do some research. Now, if I was doing what sold the most over the weekend, so like Wednesday to Sunday, we'll say, Superman Unchained blew Batman out of the water. Just from the shelf copies, not counting the people who were subscribed to it, Superman sold 75 copies.
Ooh.
And Batman only sold 44. So I guess all Batman fans come in on Wednesdays.
Yeah, more punctual.
Yes. And all Superman fans were clearly waiting in line for the movie and came in on Saturday
Gotcha.
and Sunday.
Do we get a winner?
We had no winner this week.
Yeah, looks like we had a few people guessing Superman Unchained.
Yeah, that was the popular
I
one.
haven't read it yet. I've heard mixed things, though. So, actually, if you're listening to this and you've read Superman Unchained, let us know. Let us know what you think about it, what your opinions are. Because I've heard, similar to the movie, I've heard polar opposites of the scale.
Me
so.
too.
You know, actually, I know I read it, but I think because I was psyched on this movie, I've read so much Superman stuff in the past couple of weeks that I cannot remember which one was Unchained at all.
I believe which one was Unchained? I believe one of the people who emailed us actually mentioned something about how in the previous weeks DC hadn't been selling the most copies. Do you have?
Yeah,
one of
I'll
those?
get to that.
Oh, okay,
I'll read it.
Yeah, so this is the first week where the top two blew everyone out of the water, and they were both DC.
Yeah,
Pretty
I always
interesting.
said DC that, you know, when it comes to DC versus Marvel kind of stuff, is that Marvel's got much better diversity of characters holding, but I think having both Batman and Superman in your deck is gonna be a big 1-2 punch when you.
And we'll see
Like,
how the book with both of them has to do. You know, we'll see how that does.
So is that for comics?
That's it for comics this week.
Okay, I'm going to play your outro.
Comics.
Yeah.
All right.
Matt, what do you have going on?
All right, not too much. Just I wanted to take the time to take a moment here. Now that I've got everybody's ear out on the podcast and settle a controversy that I've heard going around. I've seen it on the news in a couple of places, and that is a controversy facing one of my favorite maritime heroes, Captain Crunch. Apparently, some sharp-eyed serial purchaser noticed that the captain only has 3 stripes on his sleeve, which would indicate a rank of commander, not captain.
Did he ever claim captain, or is it captain?
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, I think it's, you know, I don't know what the hat would indicate, if that's like a captain-specific hat, but I would say I think he lays claim to the, you know, being a captain. And a lot of people are, you know, making fun of him, poking fun. I thought it was, you know,
Well, what if it's
got
his
big
boat?
prescriptions.
You know, what if he's the one who owns the boat? So he's like, well, then obviously I'm a captain.
This is what I was going to say, and I'll throw it out to our listeners to correct me if I'm wrong, because most of what I know about naval ranking and insignia and everything comes from my years spent watching Star Trek and some Horatio Hornblower novels that I've read, which, by the way, are great if you're into Star Trek at all. One of the big influences on Gene Roddenberry coming up with the characters of Captain Kirk, and I think you see it reflected well in Picard too, is this guy Horatio Hornblower from the series of naval fiction written in the 20th century, mid-20th century, but it was about the Napoleonic era. He's basically this captain that has to look outwardly tough and hard, but on the inside he's emotionally
like
fighting.
the Dread Pirate Roberts from
Princess Bride?
Princess Bride. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
On
had
the-
to put on a mean face. And,
Yeah, but on the inside, he's just concerned with his crew. You know, he's saying, I got to spend all day telling people to go die doing different things. I got to be. He's a sensitive guy and a thoughtful guy. But, you know, he's got that persona. In any event, that carried over to Captain Kirk and Captain Picard. In any event, I was going to say, so the guy's rank officially might be commander, going by his insignias here. But my understanding is that the tradition is, or the convention is, if you are the commanding officer of a vessel, you are referred to as a captain regardless of your official rank. You're a captain of that ship. So if let's say in Star Trek, Commander Riker takes over for Picard because he's incapacitated, even though he doesn't get a promotion, he's still called